All right, Colbie Caillat is here. Hi, Colbie.
Hi.
I was listening to your record, and I'm a massive Amos Lee fan.
Oh, my God, me too.
Like, massive.
Massive.
And such a fan that the last show that I went to, he completely blew his voice out. It was here in town.
Oh.
Could not sing a song.
Was he up on stage?
He was.
Okay, so he was just chatting, or what was he?
He was getting people to sing his songs for him because he was sick. And, like, I've been in those places where I'm, like, trying to do a stand-up show, and I got no voice, and I'm but it was still like a moment.
It was. Okay, you guys weren't upset that he didn't cancel the show.
No, because I think most empathetic people would go, I've been in a similar situation. Mm-hmm. And so I felt bad for him. And I think had it been a crappy show, because I did see a show recently with, I think it was Blues Traveler. Remember them?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, those guys. And their lead singer got sick, and they brought up the guy from Spin Doctors. And he was trying to sing, but he was singing with, like, lyrics on a page. And I thought that didn't seem fun.
No.
That wasn't a moment.
No, that's not a moment.
But he had people coming up and singing kind of with him. But it just kind of confirmed to me, like, a lot of his show and a lot of his music is about his feeling and emotion.
It is. He's a true artist.
I bring that up because you guys did Bubbly together.
Yes, we did. We became friends, like, almost a year ago. And, you know, it's always, as an artist, like, it's nerve-wracking to ask someone to sing on your music. And since we were new friends, I was really scared about it. But I sent him a voice note, and I was like, I know this is maybe annoying, but will you sing on Bubbly? And he said yes, and he recorded it at his house in Pennsylvania. And he came up with all these really cool background ideas for the bridge. And yeah, I just love him. He's literally the playlist that I always put on every day. And so I have to pinch myself that I'm friends with him and he's on my song.
If he had sent a track back that you didn't love, would you have said anything?
Well, he actually, it's so funny. I was like, I loved his verse, and I was like, hey, can you try one more time with, like, because we were trying to decide, like, what octave, like, if he should do it in a higher octave. And he's like, oh, so you hate it. And I was like, no, I don't hate it.
That's artist sensitivity.
Yeah.
Because I think I would have done the same thing.
But I was complimentary, but I get it. I would have probably felt the same. But no, he made a joke about it.
Did you feel weird sending him a note?
Yes, because I didn't want him to get, like, the thing is I said it at the beginning. I was like, we either want it low octave or high octave. And then he was like, I'm just going to do, I think, the low. And then I was like, okay, but can we also hear the high? So, you know, I wanted options.
That's cool that he was able to go, yeah, sure, I'll modify this. But I had a friend who had Rivers Cuomo from Weezer on a song, and I love Weezer, like, massive.
Yeah.
And Rivers was like, no, this is what I did. That's it.
Yeah.
And she was like, cool. Then that's what we'll use.
Yep. Nope.
And so I respect both of them mightily, but that's super cool to get somebody that you love musically to do your music with you.
It's so cool. And yeah, to that point, like, if you know yourself as an artist, like, no, this is what I want it to sound like for me, then you should respect that.
That song specifically, did you think about who would be perfect for it? Because that's your most streamed song by far, I think.
Yeah, that one was really hard. I really didn't have many people that I wanted on that song, where other songs there could have been, I had a variety of people I was a fan of and wanted. But for Bubbly, I just think it's a hard song to sing. And I hate to say it, but when I hear people's covers, I usually don't like them for that song. And so I wanted to be very careful on who I was going to have on that. And when I became friends with Amos, I'm like, oh my God, he would be so good. So,
am I saying his name wrong? I always say Amos Lee.
It's Amos. Sorry, I learned it's Amos. Yeah.
Okay.
I was calling him Amos, and he would. Yeah.
He'd give you a note?
I don't know if he'd give me a note, but it was I think he was, like, telling a story, and he said his name, and I was like, oh my God, it's Amos. How have I been saying it wrong this whole time?
I have full parts of my life, like, I would say half decades that I associate with his music. Like different records.
Yep.
And I think that's what's really cool about music too, is there will be artists, because I grew up in a rural town in Arkansas, and so country music was very much a part of my life, but it wasn't all of it, because growing up in the 90s, I was very much an alternative kid, and I went to a school that wasn't all white, so it was a lot of hip-hop and,
Weezer, you said.
Yeah, and I think we had the ability to grow up in digital music, even when it was Napster or LimeWire, so we were able to be influenced a lot easier by things that weren't just regional.
Yeah.
If you're from California or Arkansas, like, it didn't matter. Mm-hmm. And so, for me to have all of those different influences, and even musical heroes, like, I got to hang out with one of mine yesterday. which was John Fogerty from Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah.
Now, he's 80, so we wouldn't be having dinner together normally, but I was heavily influenced by being able to just download or stream his music. But I had a really good couple of hours with him yesterday. You ever get to meet any of your musical heroes?
Yes, John Mayer, Lauryn Hill, Fleetwood Mac I had known from
Fleetwood Mac. Oh yeah, from growing up. That's right. I was gonna say what a flex, but I know the story.
Yeah. But all of the, I mean, to be a fan of someone's artistry, voice, songwriting, and to get to meet them. I remember I didn't even want to meet Lauren. We were at her show, and my best friend was like, "We're gonna go backstage and say hi." And I was like, "I don't want to. Like, I don't want anything to ruin this." But she was lovely, and it was short and sweet, and that was it. But I
did that with Adam Duritz, and he called me out for it way later because I did not want to meet him. I had heard he was difficult. I'd heard Counting Crows, because to be that artistic and that different, you have to be different.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of times people don't realize that. To create something great, there has to be a screw loose, and a lot of times it's the right screw for that.
For that, yeah.
But a lot of times it's not the right screw for like interpersonal communication.
No, it makes it very awkward.
And so I had heard a lot, like, just enjoy, because that's my favorite band growing up. And I was like, don't want to meet him, not going to meet him.
Yeah.
And maybe 2 years later, he was with me, and we had spent a little time together since, and he was actually, and maybe he had grown out of it a bit, but he was just the opposite with me. So generous with his time and his answers, and even communicating out of a professional space. And he was like, remember that one time you did not want to come backstage? Yeah, they told me. And I was like, yeah, I didn't want to meet you. I didn't want to ruin it. And he was like, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Because I have a connection, association with people I don't even know because of all the energy and all the emotions I felt while their stuff was playing.
Absolutely.
Or affecting me even.
Absolutely. Yeah, you just don't want to, you want that to stay the memory of them, your thought of them.
So John Mayer, I had a brief relationship with him where we would hang out a little bit if I was in LA or if he was here.
Yeah.
And I don't think he would mind me saying this, like, peculiar guy.
He's very interesting, and he's very intelligent.
Super quick.
So quick, so intelligent to the point where you're like, I don't know if I can have a conversation. It's so hard because he's next level with what he speaks about and the words he uses. So he's an interesting man. I
felt like he was so peculiar and interesting in a lovely way that I was so disinteresting to him.
That's how,
I was like, I'm not interesting in him. There's no way that what I want to talk about, which is 90s wrestling and Nirvana, he doesn't want to have this conversation.
But that's not true. He can talk about all of it. I think the way he speaks makes you feel like he thinks maybe less.
So how's Nashville been for you in general? You've been here long enough now to be home.
Yeah, it's home. I've been here for 9 years. I love it. I think, like, as you know, it's like a community. Everyone's friends with everyone. You run into people everywhere. I ran into you on my street. Like, It's just a small town. It's a big city, but it's a small town feel. And I love the community and the friendships that I've built. And, during COVID, being here and having everyone off the road, like, we all got to actually build some really strong friendships. And I really just feel like it's home to me. I love it.
I was in an area near your house, and I was at my manager's house, and I was pulling out. And I had just been listening because I am friends with Ryan Hurd.
Yeah.
Who is my friend, and also I love his music, and it's that rare combination.
Yeah, it is.
And so I had just been listening to it the evening before, and I'm driving, and I see someone with a large dog. And I was like, Cole, and I'm on the phone. Like, it's the speaker, and you're on the phone, and everything about it was wrong.
There was cars coming.
Yes,
it was distracting.
And I stopped in the middle of the road. I was like, Colbie? And I don't think anybody knows who I am. And I'm like, hey, it's Bobby Bones. You know, the guy. It's like Back to the Future. Hey, it's your cousin.
Totally. I was like, I know who you are, but it's good to out of context. But it was very funny. I was glad you said hello.
And I was like, I love your song. And so a little bit I was like, we've met before and spent a little time together in different places. But I was like, your song with Ryan's so good. I was just listening, and I wasn't full of crap, which is why I think I recognized you so quick, because you had been somewhat top of mind with you and Ryan.
See, I didn't think I was like, how did he even recognize me? I think I was in like pajamas, walking on my street, hair in a bun, like dogs on a phone, all of that. But I was so glad that you said hi and that you were listening to that song. Already.
Yeah. How did you and Ryan get together to do that?
So Jimmy Robbins and Eric Argis are my producers for this album, and they work with everyone and they're friends with everyone. And they were like, you want to write with Ryan? I was like, I love his voice. That would be awesome. So they had that connection. They had a few of the connections that I was fans of these artists, and they were already friends with them and worked with them, so they did the ask for me. But the rest of the record, I already knew the artists and was friends with and fans of. So yeah, that's kind of how that song came about, and we wrote it together.
What do you and your musical friends talk about musically? Like your real friends?
Well, Gavin Degraw, he's one of my best friends, and we'll talk about music. It's great to be able to relate to like the hard, like the difficult things about the industry and things that can frustrate us, and also the successes of it. But we don't. I mean, if we're like traveling or touring together, we'll talk about band and music. But mostly, we talk about. I mean, he talks about politics a lot. We'll talk about life things. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily music.
I like Gavin a lot. Gavin taught me a trick once because we were in the airport and we had flown back, not together, but we were on the same flight from New York.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Bye." I was like, "Gavin." We did our thing, and so his seat was like behind mine, and we didn't do the awkward turning around.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, hey, we like each other, but we're really not going to be awkward bodies and try to talk on the plane.
Yeah.
So we land, and somebody had come up and said, "Hey, Bobby Bones, get a picture," and someone had stopped Gavin on the way out. And I just took a picture, and they handed the phone to somebody. He goes, "That's not what you do." He goes, "Here's what you do. When they come up and they take a picture, you grab the phone from them and take a selfie of both of you, hand the phone back.
Yep.
Therefore, you don't get trapped."
Nope, you don't get trapped. I do that too. You got to control the situation.
I was like, that is great.
Mm-hmm.
That's my Gavin Degraw trick.
It's a good trick. Also, that reminds me, do you remember years ago we were on the same plane together? And
Yes, with your man you're somebody.
I think it was my fiance at the time. Was it my manager?
Yeah, I think it was a dude manager.
Yeah, he's my same manager.
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
So this is funny because I was in front of you, and you never said hi or anything. Like
I never want to bother anybody.
Well, but you were filming me and posting it, and I get off. We land, and I have all these texts. They're like, "Did you see Bobby Bones?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And you're like, "There's Colbie going to the bathroom. There's Colbie getting."
Well, to be fair, you weren't actually going to the bathroom.
No, but like walking, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my God."
I'm sorry about that. I like to apologize.
You never said hi. We've never
I like to formally apologize. Yeah, I should have said hi, but I feel like
I don't say hi to people either.
I feel like nobody wants to talk to me.
Same. Like, why would I ever go up? My manager's always like, "There's whoever it is, go say hi." I'm like, "No, absolutely not."
I'm embarrassed of that story because I don't remember it, but it does sound like something I would do.
You don't remember it? Oh.
I remember sitting next to your manager because I remember him telling me where he lived, and I used to live there in that neighborhood, and I sat right next to him.
Okay.
And so,
that's a different time then. That was a different flight.
Yeah, maybe it was.
Yeah, I think that was a different flight.
See, I would like to formally apologize for that. If it wasn't with your manager, I must have thought you didn't know I was on that flight. And so I thought I was completely...
we hadn't met yet. So I think,
incognito.
and then we've known each other now over the years. But I remembered that today. I was like, oh my God, I forgot that happened. So I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, I'm pretty embarrassed about that. Way back in the day... Oh, let's just do embarrassing for embarrassing.
Let's do it.
We had met before that.
We had?
Yeah.
Oh, now you're embarrassing
me.
Yeah. I don't remember people.
Yeah. You wouldn't because it was like 12, 13 years prior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was just in Austin, Texas, and you were just doing your million radio stops.
Oh, okay.
It was one of those. It was a factory.
That was hard for me at that time. I was so nervous, and it was just such a like on to the next thing that it really like I don't remember a lot of things like where I think trauma kind of came into play, which sounds really dramatic, but I was so nervous about all of it that it's like it just wiped away. Right out of my mind.
I would think even if you were in the happiest time ever, you wouldn't have remembered. I assume at that stage of anyone's career, and I've seen it now a few times, even with friends, you're meeting so many people so many times.
Yeah.
You're meeting 5 people in a city, especially when you're a new artist.
Yeah.
There is no way. And I was just bringing that up because I felt bad. I wanted you to feel a little bad.
But in that case too, it's like I didn't know at the time that I was going to keep doing radio interviews and keep seeing these people. So I think if I had paid attention to that more, I would have been like, well,
you wouldn't have.
No, I'm not talking about maybe remembering
Okay.
you. I'm just meaning like, yeah. But yeah, so we've known each other for a long time.
We are 20-year friends,
Way back.
which is great. Jason Mraz, what's he up to?
He is living in San Diego, and he's doing a tour this fall, actually, in Europe. And I think he's making, I actually can't say what he's making because I don't know if he's announced it yet, but he's making a record. And he sang on this
Yeah, that's why I
version
asked.
of, Yeah, that was another thing I was scared to ask him because, the original was on his album. And so I was like, are you okay if I redo this? And obviously he's the only person I would have sing on it. And that's another time where we weren't together. He recorded from San Diego and I recorded it here in Nashville.
My favorite song is Realize.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my favorite song that you ever did back in that era. 'Cause I think there are different Colbie eras. I think Realize is my favorite song. You get Mitchell Tenpenny on that track.
Do you like this version? Like, honestly?
So it's yes and no, but the no is only because you have such an attachment to the original.
Totally.
So if I'm answering honestly, yes, because I like Mitchell a lot, and I think the version's cool.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to pick one to listen to because I have an attachment with that time of my life,
100%.
I'm
makes sense.
still going to listen to that one.
The nostalgia that's tied
that's
to
associated to it, yeah.
Okay.
How did the Mitchell collab come together?
We had been friends just from being in town, and it was really funny. I was about to go on stage, and I get a text from Mitchell asking me if I would sing on one of his songs, and I was planning on texting him the next day asking if he would sing on Realize. And so when he texted me, I was like, yes, and also will you sing on Realize? And he freaked out, which was so cute because he's like, I grew up like in high school, I was listening to that song. I would blast it on the way to school, and I know every harmony to it. So he had a attachment and a memory with that song. So, and his voice is so great. He's such a great singer. This is my favorite version because I love all of the ad libs he did. And, when I listen to my original version, I sound so young. That's why I wanted to redo these songs.
Do you get asked most of any question ever? Can I predict the question you get asked the most?
Sure.
I would think the question you get asked the most is, did you know they were going to leave that part of Bubbly in when you say, will you count me in?
That's probably, yeah.
Like I would go into an interview going, okay, just get out of the way.
Yeah. It's, I actually wanted it taken out because I was embarrassed by it. Because although I wrote the song, the way I wrote it on my guitar was different than how my producer played it. And so I kept coming in at the wrong time when I came in for my vocal. And so I just was like, will you count me in? And he was like, that was so cute. And I was like, that is not cute. That's embarrassing. And then he kept it and everyone liked it. And I still wanted it taken out. And I got, majority vote. I lost. So
I know you and Gavin are doing the Christmas tour. Are you doing all Christmas songs?
No, we're going to do some of our hits for sure. And then we're still figuring it out, but our plan is probably to just be on stage together the whole time and maybe sing harmonies on each other's singles and then do some Christmas duets together. We're going to record a Christmas song together soon.
Are you on the road a lot now?
I'm not. No, I don't enjoy touring that much. I like to play like little sections of shows, but no, I should tour more.
What about touring do you not like?
I don't like being gone. I like being home. I like being in my routine, being around like friends and family. I think being on the road, I would get depressed a lot because I just found it to be like, I don't know. I'm also not a night person. Like I found it so weird that I'd have to wait all day and then play a show at night. And being on a tour bus is hard. Packing a suitcase every day was just tough for me. So those kinds of things. I think every artist says this. It's the travel that you get paid for. Playing the show, I loved. I had that. I'd love to do a residency. I think that would be fun because then you're just staying put and you still get to play for fans.
And you still get paid sleeping in your bed. Well, I did, I think 8 shows here at a theater right after COVID. I did 8 stand-up shows before. I was wanted to see if I wanted to tour this show. I did 8 in a row here, and it was awesome.
Oh, cool!
Because after you do your initial, and I was doing stand-up, so
it's
not
nerves out.
Well, not even. It's just also like the sound check. After the first show, you can go 30 minutes before.
True.
And then as soon as it's over, it's a home show, so there are more people there. But then you just go home and go to bed.
It's so nice.
It was the greatest. Yeah. It was the greatest. Not to bring Rivers Cuomo up again, but I was reading an article about him because Weezer had gotten famous and he was out. Like he was like, I don't like this. I don't like touring.
Yeah.
And it's when he went back to Harvard, and his letter that he wrote was like, hey, like I'm in a pretty famous band, but it's so lonely.
Yeah.
He was like, people see Rockstar and they see the time that you're on the stage and the people cheering. He's like, but it's Doritos and sandwiches and in the back of buses. And he's like, I just don't think this is for me. And that's why he went back to school because of how isolated.
Well, and the backstage is really it's not glamorous. It's funky. So it's like you feel like you're waiting around all day. Sometimes you get to see new cities and enjoy it. So it's not all bad. But just to do it consistently, I don't know how artists tour for months at a time.
I don't know how artists tour. Yeah, just the rock and roll style.
Mm-hmm.
Because here it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes just Friday, Saturday, and then come home.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
I love
great.
that about country touring.
It's great.
You get to have your life, be home with your family, still dabble, like let work be a part of your week, not just like all or nothing. That's also weird when you just have so much time at home doing nothing. But how often do you travel?
Seasonal, meaning if it feels like I'm working at Christmas. But if I was touring, I toured all the way up until I did a special and we put that out. Then I didn't tour comedy anymore. Or if I was doing a TV show, I would be gone. But for the past like 9 months, none.
Okay.
And then I
It
start
felt nice.
parts of it, but then I start to feel like I don't matter anymore.
Totally. It's a weird thing.
Like it doesn't matter what I do. I'm going to find the reason that I'm sad because of it.
For sure.
I think that's just like the
You get so used to it.
yeah. And then it's like, well, if I'm not out, I'm not gain. I'm like, there's no momentum being gained.
That's what's so hard about this industry is you do always feel like you have to, and you kind of do always have to stay in it, but it should be for the right reasons, but we all have that. We all have that thought process. Are people forgetting about us? And it's interesting.
I did find though when I would go and when I was touring, because I will do the radio show or do the podcast or whatever I'm doing, but I don't connect with people directly when I'm in a room. Or it's just you and I. There's like our team's here, but there's nobody else here.
Do you do meet and greets?
So I do at shows, and that's when I really got the best and most real feedback, validation for why I do what I do.
It's true.
And I think I miss that sometimes too.
That is something I've loved about when I have meet and greets, and I usually do like a VIP meet and greet where they come to, I'll do 3 songs acoustic on stage when it's just them, and they get to ask me questions in between the songs, and I feel like it's like I get to share. It's like a storytelling thing, and we get to kind of bond a little bit, and I get to know them, and they get to know me, and it does make it more enjoyable because you are just talking, speaking, singing to a crowd, and to have that feedback is important.
If you could do it again, would you have gotten as famous as young?
I just wasn't prepared for any of it. I had never performed live. I was an introvert. I had stage fright. I was not one of those artists that had been doing it for years, that had a band that was already out on the road, or even like I would always think like a lot of my cousins, like they're just so outgoing and fun. I was like, why didn't I have that gene? Because doing interviews were so torturous for me, and being on live TV was so hard. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I would cry before, like they'd be wiping tears before I was live on camera. So for me, if I was just more prepared, then I could have enjoyed it more. And I feel like I would have been proud of how I handled everything better.
Are you still a little bit that person though?
Totally. That never goes away, but I at least have the experience under my belt, and I know like there's techniques that you practice that you use to get more comfortable talking to people or going on stage, or even TV. It's not as terrifying as it was, but I think it's always in me. I'm not like Gavin's different. Gavin's just like, let's do it. He's excited to sing. He's not nervous. He's excited to talk to people. And that's something I've always wished that I had. Will
you watch things back without being hypercritical of yourself?
No.
Yeah, I just went through this and had a mild breakdown.
So my stage coach was like, at one point she was like, we have to watch the show back every night, and then you get to make notes on, because like I'll do an arm movement and it's like so small, but I think it's like huge, and so you have to watch it back to know how to improve. But it is brutal. It can be.
Yeah, so I don't do it.
But you did it, and now you're not.
Well, what happened is I went and did a bunch of these shows. I was a guest on a bunch of shows promoting an NFL project that I'm doing. And while I was there, they just put out a bunch of clips because, these go up in long form, but they also clip the good stuff to get you to go check out the long form version of it. Yep. And so all these clips of me came out last week, and I hated every one of them. And I had to stop watching them.
Yeah.
Because I hated everything I said and like how I said it.
Yeah.
And I was so overly critical that I'm like, why do I even do this? Then I went down that path. Like, why do I go on anybody else's shows?
You know what's so good about you saying that, though, is that I feel that. I think a lot of people feel that, and then you feel like you're the only one that is so critical and have like imposter syndrome or whatever it is. And no one else is thinking that of you. It's what we think of ourselves. But I'm like, wait, that's the angle that they filmed me at. Like
Mm.
I put all that work into it and that's how I ended up looking, or that's how I responded. Like you can forget things on the spot. So, but do you always feel that way when you watch stuff, or because I mean, you do this all the time.
With time, it's weird because with time, and if there is success in whatever that moment was, it's palatable.
Yeah.
Meaning, I'll give you a really weird example because it's a bit fresh in mind. Every year around this time, they announce the new cast of Dancing with the Stars. Now, I won that show years ago. And so if I'm doing anything around that time, everybody just wants to ask about it. And I get it.
Yeah.
It's a great part of my story. I don't talk about it that often unless it's brought up.
Yeah.
Or there's a reason to. And so people were asking a lot about it. And I couldn't watch my dances forever because I was terrible. I was really bad.
You were? Okay.
I got better, but I won because of, one, I got better, yes. And the fan vote. Like I dominated the fan vote.
Oh, wow.
And so I won the show. Couldn't watch a single thing. I can now watch it a little bit because...
Like, are you proud that you did it?
I'm proud that I won because I wasn't supposed to win.
Okay.
It's even like any book I've written, I hated them when I was done. I hated it. I was embarrassed of it. Couldn't read it back. Didn't want to go promote it because I was humiliated by it. Once people were able to go, hey, I loved it, then I was like, maybe it's not so bad. I had to be convinced it didn't suck. Do you ever deal with that?
You do have to be convinced all the time. I don't like that. I wish that I could be more kind to myself and more confident in what I do, but I feel like in whatever it may be, I'm always wanting to get someone else's like approval first. Like, are you sure that that's good? Because we're our worst critics.
Don't you feel that's the edge though that actually like has us make stuff? Like I make stuff, I seek validation through making stuff. Like that for me is why I think I do it. I started being funny as a kid to feel love from something.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it comes from. Why do you make stuff?
I think it's the creative. See, it's the opposite. Like I actually would have preferred just to be a studio singer, and I always prefer if the cameras are off. Like I just don't really want that side of it, but it's what came with it. To me, songwriting is like therapy. It's therapeutic, and it feels really good to create. And I always get mad at myself because I'll write a song and then I'll record it, and it's so much fun. And then it's like, oh, now you have to go tour it and promote it. And I hated it so much, but I've learned to love it, and I've changed my relationship with it. And I think it just took a lot of time to get to that place.
Do you love things you write right after you write them?
Usually, yes.
Do you fall out of love with them? What's that process of relationship?
Oh, at the beginning, I think every songwriter can say this. Like right when you write your first song, or a new song, you want to listen to it over and over. It's so exciting that you have a new song. But as artists, we also don't just like listen to our music. So you listen for a week, and then it just goes, on for everyone else to hopefully listen to.
Will people remind you how good a song is? Like your team, if it's something you haven't cut.
Yeah.
And go, hey, this song is good. You haven't heard, and then you can rehear it and kind of re-experience that again?
Oh, yeah, for sure. My manager does it all the time. There's still some songs he keeps encouraging that I release, and I'm like, nope. Like it was what I wrote it about was not something that I really relate to now. Or
oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, and yeah, it just feels like something I don't want. I would happily have someone else release it, but not me. But
so the song could be really great.
It could be.
And if you don't still connect, wow, I never thought about that. You're like, the song is great, but I don't want to have to sing that, or I don't really relate to that anymore. Yeah,
and sometimes that's the right decision, and sometimes like my song Brighter Than the Sun, I wrote that with Ryan Tedder, and I loved it, but like I didn't want to release it. It didn't feel like it fit me. And I got talked into releasing it, and I'm so glad that I did, because it was a big song for me, and also I love playing it live and on tour with my band, and so sometimes you do need to be encouraged and talked out of your own, head.
Getting tired of is not the word, but are you ever exhausted of playing your hits that you've played since you were a kid?
At one point I think I was, when like when you're promoting Bubbly and you're doing it 5 times a day and for 2 years straight. But now I don't feel that way. I'm excited to play the songs. I have a new meaning with the songs, like whatever I'm going through in life, if it's a new relationship or something that a family member's going through and I sing it on stage, I'm like, oh, that's what I can relate it to now. So it gives me more excitement, having a new meaning to it.
Do you mostly write with a concept, lyrics, or will you create a melody and then build around it mostly?
Mostly, I would say starts with melody, where I accidentally am playing guitar and melody comes out, and then there's usually like a word or two that comes out with the melody that you subconsciously are thinking of, and then you kind of go in that direction. There's times where I've had a lyric idea and then I wanted to write, like I'll bring it into a session and that's what we write about. Or just a concept, like Liz Rose, who's a huge writer. She's like my therapist, and I always bring in a concept into her and be like, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm going through, and now help me say it in a beautiful way.
How important is it to find somebody, and I know Liz, and she's awesome, that you can trust with vulnerability, because songwriting is very much, here are all my guts. Now let's create something that maybe is catchy.
Yeah, it's so special, and that's why I usually choose to keep writing with the same people, because I'm comfortable. My first album I just wrote with my friend Jason Reeves, so that was comfortable for me. And after that, my label started putting me in the room with all these incredible writers and producers, but I didn't know them, and it was really nerve-wracking for me. But eventually, they became my friends, and I felt comfortable with them. But I've kind of reverted back to that, where I'm not really open to writing with new people anymore. I kind of want to, writing with Ryan and with Lee Bryce for this, that took a lot for me. I was really nervous about those sessions, but they were great.
It's like a weird first date, except you're with somebody who shares too much. But you have to be the person that shares too much.
Well, and like, what if your idea is bad, or what if your melody is not as good, or you feel like you're not contributing? That's what I hate, is when I am shy and I don't feel like I'm contributing as much as I normally would, because you don't want to be known for that as a writer, that you're not adding much to a song. So, and again, it's all of just up in our heads.
How much do you write?
I don't really, like these 3 songs I wrote are the only songs I wrote this year.
Is that hard to not write? I feel like you're such a creative. Can you check out and go like, I'm just not going? Is it a button you can push?
That's the thing. I think it's always come in waves. I'll get really inspired and I'll have a lot to say and write about, and then it just goes away. And I think I'm living life, and then in those times I'm like, oh my God, is it gone? Can I write songs anymore? And I know it'll come back. I think right now I'm in a place of like, I feel like I've said all the things. I don't know how else to say it, but Liz is also great. She'll be like, sweetie, let's write a song. I'm like, I don't really have anything to say. She's like, there's always something to say. And she'll always pull something out of me too.
So what do you do all day?
That's a great question. Lately, I've been back into yoga and trying to like get my health in check. I think all summer I started to feel really unhealthy. So I'm just trying to take care of myself, promoting this new record.
Do you do hot yoga?
I do hot yoga.
I think I'm going to go tonight.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
It's so good. I'm the weird... I don't sweat that much, but I sweat like crazy. It's like when the seal is broken, a water just rushes out of me, and I get kind of embarrassed because I can't do all the moves. Like I'm not
because you're
flexible.
like slipping.
I'm not flexible, and I slip a lot, and I won't take my shirt. Like this goes back to the insecurity stuff. There's like dudes in there who are ripped and take their shirt off. I admire them. There are dudes in there who aren't ripped and take their shirt off, and I admire them.
Yeah.
And I'm like somewhere in the middle. Like I'm in good shape, but I'm definitely not ripped, and I'm so embarrassed. I won't take my shirt off, even though it'd be so much easier on me because I'm just soaking wet in this thing.
But that's the whole point of the class.
I know.
Like you're like, even if you can't do all the positions and they just say do it. Like you can lay on the mat half the class if you want to. I love hot yoga. It helps my mind. I think it's the best thing for my body. And I've been doing cryotherapy lately and infrared sauna and walks, like going to Percy Warner and doing the stairs and all of that. Do you do any like hikes or walks?
So we have an infrared sauna that we had built here, which is awesome. Yeah. I'm going to go into rich guy mode for a second because I haven't always been rich, but now I have the weird stuff that I get to have.
It's nice to have it at home.
We have a red light therapy bed.
Nice. That's good.
It's crazy.
I've been doing that too. That's cool.
It doesn't tan you though. You kind of wish it would tan you. I do anyway.
I've heard that it can give you some little glow.
Yeah, but I want to put like the bunny on and then get out and you take the sticker off and it shows the bunny.
You know, I was thinking that the other day in the bed. I was like, wait, why isn't this also a tanning bed?
Exactly my question. Yeah. And also there's the cancer thing. That's why.
Yeah,
for the most
health
part.
benefits are it's opposite. Yeah, for sure.
So we have that, and that has been super cool. Walks are hard.
You get bored?
Yeah. My wife likes to walk.
Yeah.
So I'll walk with her.
Where do you guys walk? Because you're, do you go to a neighborhood?
Yes. So we'll go to the park.
Okay.
It's very close.
Yeah.
We don't have to like put a pin in where we live, but close. Yeah, it's very close to us. And so we'll do that. And sometimes she'll go do it by herself. And, So we'll do that. I'm not a big
Walking's really good for you, though.
I hear you. I guess
20 minutes. Just do 20 minutes.
But I feel like if I'm going to dedicate 20, I might as well dedicate an hour and 40 and get a great. And then if I'm going to walk for an hour and 40, why will I not just go as hard as I possibly can for 50 minutes and get a crazy good workout?
But you can get the workout, and I think just walking is also just good for you in a different way.
I understand that.
I know. And listen.
And I don't do that. I'm not good at slowing down. That's why I don't sleep well.
Yeah.
How do you sleep?
Sometimes good and sometimes not. And there's, I'll try to take a gummy occasionally for that. Honestly, I hate to say it, but Xanax is nice sometimes. But both of those I don't want to get used to. So I just use them for times in need. I don't know. Do you?
I found when I took Xanax to try to sleep, because I've tried it all.
Yeah.
Tried sleeping pills.
Mm-hmm.
Those got real messy.
Yeah.
Because I just knew I was
You become dependent.
Yeah, and I knew I was going to wake up on an airplane butt naked and be one of those stories that I wouldn't remember it. I drove off with a gas pump in my car once.
Oh, so, okay.
Like I got jumped at work. I had a gun held to my head outside of an event. So I had that kind of trauma.
You were working through, yeah.
And so I couldn't sleep. I'd close my eyes and somebody would be attacking me.
Oh, gosh.
And so I went through all things, and like I've never had a drink of alcohol, and I stay away from that because of other family trauma. But when it came to not sleeping, I was sick all the time.
Because
if you don't sleep, yes.
So do you have a hard time going to sleep, or is it staying asleep, or is it both?
Staying asleep is the hardest thing.
Yeah.
I feel like when I slow my brain down, it starts to question a lot of things and rethink a lot of things.
Why is it that we all do that? The second we lay in bed, everyone will say this. Like, we think of all the things in our life that we should have done or we want to fix, or family stuff. Like, I'll weigh a lot of that stuff. I'm like wishing I could change things or fix things. And,
really?
And then it makes you stressed, and then it makes you not sleep. It's terrible.
I would wake up in the middle of the night doing this.
Oh.
You ever do that?
You'd physically react to.
Like I would jump. So I did the sleep apnea test too, just to check.
That's good.
Where they strap you up with stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, you have it, but it's not the main thing. I think the main thing was the brain.
What about, so did you do therapy or like neurofeedback?
Dude, I go to therapy. I had 2 therapists.
That's good.
Yeah, I've done it all.
Yeah.
I'm pro everything.
Have you done neurofeedback?
Define which version.
Oh,
So I went to like this place called Saraset.
Okay.
Which they put all these things on your head.
Yeah.
And then you just lay there and they play these sounds in your ears. Mm-hmm. And so I did that version for sure.
Yeah, because it works out the different parts of your brains, and it kind of helps you work through traumas or sleep. It's supposed to help with all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I did okay.
Yeah.
I felt like there were certain sounds that made me want to pee, though, the whole time, which was weird. They said no one had ever said that. And I feel like with the high tones made me want to pee. So then I was focused the whole time, like, is something wrong with me that makes me want to pee when I hear a high tone?
Oh, it just makes
so it's an anxiety.
Yeah.
It's a bubble.
I have major anxiety, too.
Why?
I don't know. I just have social anxiety at all times. It exhausts me. It's like that's why I like hermit at my house a lot, because I know it's like a safe zone where I won't feel anxious or depleted.
Why did you not say hi to me that time on the plane?
Well, I didn't know you were there until I got off, or till I landed and I saw the text. And then I was like, is he going to come say hi? And then you didn't. And then I actually felt weird. And I was like, well,
yeah. I'd like to apologize a second time for that.
You re-brought it up.
I know. I just want to apologize. I was just wondering, because I at times can be seen as, if somebody just sees me somewhere, I get a lot of times, hey, you weren't very friendly. And I'm like, well, you never said anything to me.
Are you introverted?
Extremely, until it's time not to be.
Okay.
I have 2 modes: extremely introverted 85% of the time, and then when it's showtime, like, it's a switch and I amplify everything about me.
Well, okay, so I'm the same. I'm very shy, timid to say hi to people, but I think of people have told that about me. And like when I walked in here today, your hello, I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't like me. I don't know.
No, really?
Well,
is my hello not warm and welcoming?
The thing is it's not. It's more like if we were already buds and had seen each other lately, but since we didn't, I was like, oh no, like this is.
That's so good to hear, because I would never have thought that.
But that could also just be my social anxiety.
It's both. I'm sure it's both.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
For sure, both. Well, I know you're not. I mean, you came and you said hi to me on my walk, so I know it's not that, but, I was a little sensitive first.
That's so good to know. And I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Because you came in and I was like, hey, Colbie. Because like we live right down the road, and I did stop in the car and I was like, oh, I feel like.
I think it was like, hey, Colbie. That's how it felt.
Yeah, I get it. I get that. It definitely wasn't me thinking I'm cool or being a jerk.
I didn't think that. I didn't think that at all.
Dang, that's good to know.
Yeah. Well,
Because I felt like I went a little over the top, if I'm being honest. Because I always want to be like, I want people to come and have a good time. I'm not going to try to gotcha anybody in an interview.
Yeah.
If we finish the interview and you're like, I didn't like that, we'll cut it. Like, I want that, because if you're in a good space, then things are good.
Yeah.
And so I want to create, that's crazy.
But it's also how I interpret things. And also people will say like, you look relaxed on stage. I am freaking out inside, but I think because I'm so nervous, I like mute everything. So I worry that then I maybe do that when I say hello to people, or when I say like, did I show them enough love? But then, it's all overthinking.
That is a wonderful note.
I didn't think you were cold. I thought you like were in the middle of something.
No, I was doing nothing. I was sitting here in a chair just waiting for you to get here. That's a great note. I'm so glad you said that, because what I will do is I will try to stretch myself in that capacity a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Okay.
I'd like to give you a note.
Oh, please.
I'm just kidding. I have no
Please
notes.
give me a note. I know you're going to text it to me later. You know what, actually?
I have no notes.
Didn't want to say it on camera, but.
So if you're not going to tour and you did this record, what do you do? Yeah. Why?
Why?
Yeah, why'd you make the record? I'm asking that in a positive way, not like challenging you.
No, it's a really great question. I thought about making it 5 years ago, started it 2 years ago. It's been a very long process with the duets because of everyone's schedules. So it's actually been very drawn out. And I do want to play shows. I want to tour more. I want them to be the right tours. I love co-headlines. I would like to open for other artists that I admire, and just play shorter tours.
How do you feel about when tickets go on sale?
It's nerve-wracking. I mean, I feel like if I'm not out there as much, I'm going to have less of an audience, and I'm not huge on social media with my interactions, so a lot of it goes into play. And so then I just feel like it's this vicious cycle of, if you're not constantly doing it, it's going to dwindle a little bit, and then if it dwindles, I don't want to do it as much, and then it's just,
That's exactly how I feel right this second.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I haven't been on the road.
Yeah.
And because I haven't, nobody cares. And because nobody cares, I don't want to do it.
Exactly.
Because I don't want to put tickets up and have to go look and see.
You have to build it back up. And I'm lazy. I'll be honest. I'm very, I like my comforts.
What else do you like? What, yoga? Because I feel like I don't know the person that much. We've done a bunch of professional stuff.
We have.
What do you like? What else do you like?
Lately I've been trying to be more social. Like I went to Bar Taco with my girlfriends last night. Went to Soho the night before that with friends. And I like to, water sports and.
Which ones?
I love swimming. I really love swimming. I used to do water polo when I was in high school. I like going on lakes and boating and water skiing or jet skiing, like stuff like that.
You ever wakeboard?
I have, yeah. I wakeboarded last year at a friend's lake in Idaho, and I was so nervous. They're like professional athletes, and I was like, I'm not even going to get up. And they were the best teachers, and I stood up, and it was really fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
Are you good at it, or?
Yeah, I used to live on a lake.
Okay, so you're like...
I'm okay. Yeah, my joints hurt now, though, so wakeboarding goes a little too hard.
Yeah.
Wake skating, wake surfing.
Wake surfing, that's what I did, is wake surfing.
Wake surfing is the easiest on your body.
Okay.
Wakeboarding, you wipe out. That hurts.
Wake surfing is so funny because you feel like you're doing all this crazy stuff, and you look back at the video, and it is like so not.
It's pretty cool that you did Lucky on your record. I didn't put that together that was on Jason's record before, and that he was hopping back on and is doing it with you. Did you guys win a Grammy for that?
We did.
That's super cool.
I accepted it solo. He wasn't there. I was so sad. But yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is cool. Where do you keep it?
I have my 2 Grammys on either side of my living room shelves, and I will say it's actually very funny. My friends, because you can unscrew the speaker part of it, and my friends like to take shots out of it, which sounds very not classy, but it works, and it's funny.
What was the other Grammy for?
With Taylor Swift for being on her album Fearless.
Dang, that's cool.
Yeah.
Did you go to both Grammys?
They were the same year.
Oh, they
actually. Yeah. So I got to present Taylor and Liz their Grammy, and Mick Fleetwood presented my Grammy to me. Yeah.
I've interviewed Stevie once, and she was excellent. She was super nice. But in the interview setting, everybody's kind of nice.
True.
Because except for me, I'm cold.
It was just the hello.
No, I'm kidding.
You didn't give me enough confetti.
I'm kidding.
Okay?
I'm glad you said that. I think that is that.
So sorry.
No, I'm glad you said it because I will learn from that, and I think that's great to know because I really was treating it like, oh, here's Colbie. She lives down the road. I just saw her a few weeks ago. All good, but
No, but so this is actually interesting. Ryan Hurd is the same. Like, we walked into the writing session. He's like, hey. And I was like, okay, well, hi. Like, he obviously hates me. And he came to, like, we sang together a couple weeks ago at South Hall. And it was just like, hey, what's up? Just walks in. I'm like, oh, okay, that's just him. But don't take it so personal.
I think it's because I think there was a comfort of, I don't have to put on with you.
Which,
but interpretations,
that's nice.
And interpretations and perceptions are real.
The thing is, now I feel like we're even better friends now when you just do that down the road.
Well, no,
like,
now I'm going to bring balloons every time.
Okay, well, I'll like that.
Colbie, really good to see you.
Bobby, thank you.
Yeah,
good to see you.
This has been super fun. Congrats on the new record. It's great. Again, I went to it first. I think the Ryan song was the first song you put out too. Is that accurate?
No, it was the third song. The first
one I saw was you and Ryan though. Okay. That one I went to. That's the first one that came over to me.
Yeah.
And that's what I went. What was the first one then?
If You Love Me, Let Me Go with Russell Dickerson, and then Realize with Mitchell Tenpenny.
Yeah, who cares about them? But the one with Ryan.
Who cares?
No, I'm kidding. I actually like
you
all.
supported
all
it, so I, thank you for having me on, and I was really stoked when you stopped me in the car and you were like telling me about how you like the song. So
I said the first song you put out with Ryan, I love it, and she was like, yeah, that's.
Idiot.
Not the first one. Great to see you. You guys go out to the Christmas tour. Have you guys put tickets out for that yet? Are tickets on sale yet?
Yeah, they're on sale.
Okay. I should know that. How do they get them?
You can go to my website, colbiecaillat.com, or Gavin's website.
It's up here. I know. I just wanted to see if you knew.
You.
Yeah.
I know my name. Yeah.
Does everybody misspell your name?
Yeah.
Still, even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, misspell it. They mispronounce it. It's really funny.
If you're like in an airport or something and people don't know you from your music, what will they yell? Colbie Caillat?
Caillat. I get Kelly sometimes, or Colbie Kelly, Kobe. I don't know. It's very funny.
Kelly? They call you Colbie Caillat?
I think they get it. I think when they're nervous and they're like, I think that's what comes out when they say it. I think they do know my name if they weren't.
How do you feel about festivals? Built-in audience.
So lately, I've actually liked them because I've played a couple lately, and I was like, oh God, are they even going to know my music? And dudes, like, because guys don't come to my shows. It's like usually females, and they drag their boyfriends. But dudes knew like most of my songs, and it was really fun to know that they actually know them, and you gain a new fan base as well. It's just hard festivals because as a singer, you're just like rushed in and out, and it's usually not the best audio, but otherwise they're fun.
It's like either a casino, good money, usually terrible everything.
Yeah.
Except for the money.
Yeah.
And half the people don't even want to be there. They just got free tickets to something.
Yeah. Or they have like their monthly tickets, so they don't show up. Or
the other note before we go up, when I was looking at your Christmas tour, it was all West.
I know. We've got complaints about that. Gavin has booked now some East Coast shows. I have not yet, but it is all West Coast. So maybe.
So how are we supposed to go?
Fly?
I know. I don't want to have to leave the house. I'm pretty good. I just want to stay home.
We're going to try to do a show here for like all the artists. I'm going to try to get all that together for a show at some point.
With the artists, they did all the songs.
I'm hoping. It's not confirmed at all yet, but that's what my goal is.
That's like Colbie stock. It's like Woodstock.
It would be really hard to get everyone's schedules aligned.
Dang.
But that's my goal.
All right, Colbie, really great to see you. We put all in the notes how to get tickets to the shows. Check out the new record, and there she is, Colbie Caillat. Thanks, Colbie.
Thanks, Bobby.